Welcome to the latest installment of the Come to Daylight show. Yesterday, I did an underdog draft with Spike Week, which I've used for years. Today, we're going to take the solver out for a little bit of a run. I got the 4 pick this time. And let's see, is there anyone in here I know? Doesn't look like it. So that's good. Let me switch over. This is brought to you, though, by my friends over at the FFPC. You can use the code DAYLIGHT on myffpc.com and save $25 on your first draft. That is $25. Draft start at $35. I just took my first pick at 1-4, which is CeeDee Lamb. So let me switch over. There are 2 tournaments for the FFPC that have $1 million first prize. I will be playing in both of them. Already drafted my team for the Big Gorilla, and I've got a main event that I will do right before the season starts. So let me share my screen, and we can take the solver out for a ride. All right. And then we'll go over, where are we? Okay, so we're here. So you see the solver gives you, instead of having a lot of information here, you got your playoff matchups here, which I don't like as much, I gotta be honest. But new, I haven't used this in a while. But basically, it gives you color codes based on certain things that you set up. You can look on your extension for the solver, and it gives you NFL best ball uploaded rankings, and then you get to weight each one of these categories that you think. So medium for ADP, team stacking importance a little bit more. Week 17, I'm a little less. Week 16 and week 15, almost nothing. Different options. So I'm up next. It's telling me to take Bowers and McConkey. And the great thing is, no one had to tell me that. I would have preferred McConkey, but I don't have a ton of CeeDee Lamb. I'm looking to see, and it doesn't give me my ownerships as much, I don't think. So you see, as soon as I took Bowers, McBride went red. So this is just kind of another different tool. Let's see what the settings do. There, it just brings up this. You got to be a little careful with this, from what I found. It's not as easy to do your correlations with it this way rather than it changing colors over here. But it does give you, you see how Terry McLaurin week 17, it says it right there. I don't know if you guys can pop in, and I am going to continue to check. So we are 3 picks away. Chase Brown, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. And then I guess Terry McLaurin. I built a few of these teams already where I have, but I like JSN a little bit more. And for comparison, I can pop over here. I know my friends at the solver are more JSN made it. So I want to pass on the correlation. I think it's going to be built a couple teams with Lamb and McLaurin. I think it's a pretty easy stack to get. So it's not something that so now that I've got 2 wide receivers and a tight end, you could see with, still showing wide receiver pretty good. But as you go down, so I'm going to switch this again. I have rankings in here that I haven't updated in a little bit of a while. Manually boot doc or exclude positions. These settings only apply to this draft. So this is new. So if I hit boost, it boosts running back. All right, so that's cool. So that kind of gives me a little more control over. It's telling me who the best available are right now up top. And it is kind of fun doing this. Something a little different. So I've got, I like Kittle a lot, but I already got the tight end. Let's make sure it's set for ADP. 7 picks away. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Not a James Cook guy. Boy, I'm going to hit a. I haven't taken Hampton in a while. And I'm guessing these are their points, projected points. And I'm guessing that is for the solver. So I'm still working my way through here on the solver. I don't know it quite as well. But I don't know if they've added this since last time. But I do now see week 17 right here. That was a suggestion that I had made to them. So again, maybe I missed it when I haven't played with this in a while. I've been moving, and let's see. Okay. All right. So it's really telling me to take James Cook. I have very little James Cook. Hampton, the other guy I would have considered, is gone. There's really no wide receivers I would really like. So it's a good time to take a guy that I don't have anything of. A couple picks after ADP. I am going to just duplicate this. Let's see. And then go backwards. I want to make a post to Facebook that I'm on. I'm sorry. I mean Twitter. Still call it Twitter. All right, so I'm back up 16 seconds. Travis Hunter, Pickens, Hurts. Hurts gives me the week 17. This is a weird team. I'm not going to get Devonta Smith. I did this yesterday, and I took Hurts. I prefer to. So we're going to be looking at Goddard probably as my second tight end down the line. So it's kind of cool. It gives you a little bit of, an idea of who you should take. So now that I took a quarterback, you can see how the other quarterbacks are now red. So I could have taken Pickens to go with Lamb. I do want more Pickens, but I didn't. We're trying something a little different here. So this is a much more spread out team than what I've done, meaning I don't have a ton of wide receivers, and we're going to hit the wide receiver cliff. So 9 picks away. Let's see how many of these I would like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the 6 wide receivers I would really consider taking. I guess Debo. I'm not a big Debo guy this year, but he has the week 16 and 17 correlations. So I'm pretty strongly looking at wide receiver here. Olave I don't know if it's because of my rankings or what, but Olav, who I like the most, and I like Jennings a lot. Either one of those I'd be thrilled with. I kind of doubt that they're going to be there. So I'm thinking Debo's going to end up being this pick. And again, if you guys have questions, I'm going to pop in and check occasionally. It's early in the day, but I want to start getting regular podcasts out there. You can see that I'm 4 picks away, only 2 guys in the queue. So if I don't get them, I might push up Ricky Pearsall. I like that offense. Pearsall's the guy that I'm taking less of, but it's a team that I want to be invested in. So for this draft where I need a wide receiver, but I greatly prefer Olav here. Let's see if he makes it. This guy's got 1 running back and 4 wide receivers. I want to get somebody from the solver on in kind of take me, maybe do a draft with them. And Olav went. Well, that stinks. All right. Well, Debo's the pick. I get the correlation. I still want wide receiver next. No, I don't want him. Henderson would definitely be okay. I'm not taking Montgomery here. I'm not taking Caleb. Not taking Laporta, Swift. I don't really love any of the wide receivers here. So maybe I will take a running back if I don't get anyone that I love. All right. This is kind of a flat part of the draft, where we're at now. In flat parts of the draft, I've been pulling up a lot of Pollard. Let's see if it shows. Trying to look to see if it shows you your ownership, because you've added your ownership. So 79 is the ETR ranking, 75 is my ranking, 82 is ADP. So that's kind of a cool thing where you can check your so it has Shakir jumping out at me, I guess, for the week 17. Swift 80, 72. All right, I'm going to take Shakir. I don't love him. 2 days in a row I've taken him. I don't love him. This is another team. Again, when you start with a tight end in round 2 and you come back with a quarterback and a running back, you're gonna be taking some less than optimal wide receivers. And I don't love Cook. So in general, that Hurts pick, hurts this team a little bit. But of course, if he goes nuclear, so I like Pollard and Jones. So if I come back and get a running back that I really like, then we're good, right? Downs is a guy who has a week 15. Mooney 78. I don't take a lot of Mooney, but I'll put him in the queue for this one. I've been pulling Michael Pittman up, and then you can go down and see. See if there's any questions. No questions. So the solver is a very different experience. I'm still learning it, but I think it has a tremendous amount of potential. The ETR rankings automatically come in. Running back 28, running back 29. My ranking, you can sort by, there goes Pollard, ADP. I have a feeling I'm going to end up with another Pittman share here. I might mix it up with Mooney if he's there. I definitely don't mind the 5th. I'm going to be chasing running back a little if I don't start taking them, though. and I do like Jaylen Warren, and I really like Jordan Mason. So options here, I think Jordan Mason might be the pick if he makes it. Brian Robinson would give me a week 17 correlation. Oh, okay. So this also looks new, where they give you the number of correlations that you get. So that's kind of cool. I've already got one with Washington. Good. That's right. I did. So Brian Robinson becomes way less interesting. So ADP 89 for Warren, 98 for Mason. We're doing an ETR draft. So I am going to lean into that a little bit. And Pittman went anyway. I'm going to take Warren. Mason is the guy I have more. I have both now. Pretty good. All right. So we're 8Q, 3, 4, no, 5, 6, 7. I've been mixing Justin Fields in with everyone. Keon Coleman is a guy that I like. Shaheed is a guy that I like. Now that I got my second running back, I'm not as concerned. As I mentioned in the pod yesterday, really high on Charbonnet, and I think Najee is a good pick here too. So I could stack Warren and Najee just a year late. Any questions? No questions. All right, we're back. And if Mason somehow makes it back to me, then, we party. So Shaheed went. I would have liked him. This is a good spot to get a wide receiver because I've only got 4, and I like Coleman a lot. But I'm not going to pass on Mason for him. And Coleman went. So Mason, ADP of 94, pick 101. I mean, I almost took him last time. That's a no-brainer. And now I like my running backs a bit more. I mean, there's not a lot of oomph, but there's more oomph. All right, so 14 picks away. I'm not going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not a big Bateman guy this year. Dak could be my second quarterback with where does it show? Okay, so see, it says wide receiver. One team a wide receiver drafted. So they've improved this since the last time I looked at it. Based on my suggestions and I guess other people's suggestions. I'd like to get a wide receiver here, but we'll see. I mean, I think taking Dak with Jalen Hurts is not a bad idea. Excuse me, I got a little sun in my eyes. That up. I don't know how it's affecting the screen. It's not. All right. So we're 8 picks away. I think Luther Burden. I mean, I prefer a wide receiver who's going to have more of a role with this team. But, I mean, we're chasing wide receiver on this draft. It's still recommending. So Scatterboo has week 17, 16, and 15. Not a huge Scatterboo guy, but, or Bo. Scatterboo. I've got JSN, so Darnold late makes sense. Geno late makes sense. So I don't have to, and there goes Dak anyway. Does this guy even have? Yeah, he had Pickens. So I am not concerned about that as I was already just sitting there talking, and there goes Scatterbo, who would have been a really good match here. But you can match Giants late. I'm going to take Christian Kirk. I want another wide receiver. I don't have a ton of Kirk, but he's cheap enough. And the guy who will probably end up in the slot if he doesn't is a guy I have been drafting, which is the rookie Noel. So I've talked about stack cuffing, positions if they're cheap enough. I think putting Noel with Kirk together is, this is heading toward an 8 wide receiver build minimum. So, tight end, I am going to look at Goddard. Let's see, we're 3 picks away. Kyle Williams, Javonte, Bashaw Tootin, Hollywood Brown, Spears, one of my favorites. All right, so I've got a lot of options here. I don't have, Ramondre is kind of, I'm going to go with Javonte. So what I've done there is I've matched Javonte with Lamb. I like stacking without quarterbacks. That is kind of one of the less done things. So 14 players, Mims, Kraft, Hollywood, Jonnu. Jonnu is still, my rankings are still much higher. I have to update my rankings. Ray Davis, Kincaid, Goddard. So this is a Goddard pick if he's there. I really don't need a second tight end, but I do want to stack Hurts. If not, is it the end of the world to have your quarterback unstacked? In this case, it probably isn't ideal because Hurts, if he's going to hit, he's likely to hit with one of the 3 guys. But I'm 10 picks away. 115, and there's a couple tight ends ahead of him, so I've got a chance to survive. If not, I'll probably look at, there's Hollywood is there. I'm going to get a little boost to wide receiver. I guess Hollywood up, Tillman, QJ, big play guy. Week 17 correlation. All right, now I'm going to take the boost back off. But this is clearly a Goddard pick if he's there. And I'm pushing second quarterback in this build because I'm not great at running back or wide receiver. My wide receivers aren't terrible. You've got Lamb and JSN up top. Debo and Shakir and Kirk are all kind of, all right, I'm hoping more than, wow, I feel great about them. I will feel pretty bad about this team if I don't get Goddard. Not going to lie. I do like Garendo a lot. I talked about my Niners fetish. This guy's already got a tight end. He could just want to snipe me. And he does. So I hate this guy. I'm pretty sure he took him just to spite me. And Correndo went too. So I'll take Tootin. Don't love it. I don't even know who the 3rd Eagles wide receiver is. Isn't that terrible? I could stack him with Shipley. Dotson. A lot of other options to take late. So that one stung a bit, folks. But it's not the end of the world. I've got 2 Buffaloes with my Philly. So if Hurts week 17 goes off and doesn't bring someone with him by a lot, that's not bad. Giants, Seattle. So I like how they do this, where it's based on the round, the playoff matchups, instead of the position. They've definitely made some nice improvements here since the last time I've used it. So Algier, I like Palmer, Rashad White, no. On the clock, Benson, Algier, Palmer. I need wide receiver more. I'm going to take Palmer. And didn't update this. Because he's on Buffalo, not LA anymore. So now I've got 3 different bills to go with Hurts. Well, that's different. All right. Brain fart. I talk about not getting affected by snipes. I did. All right. So Gino now. Let's see if I get sniped again. If I do, what else are we looking at quarterback? I could take Bryce Young and backstack him. Penix is a guy you can take as a second quarterback, and I don't mind Cam Ward as a backstack with Alec Ayamnor, who's a rookie I'm pretty invested in for an 18th round pick. So I actually don't hate having 3 bills with Hurts unstacked, because that is something that is going to be pretty unique. If we get to week 17 and, there's 1 touchdown to Goddard, there's 1 touchdown to A.J. Brown, and 2 tush pushes, Hurts can get there without the other guys getting there. And then, and there goes Gino. So this draft, I pushed not taking Dak. I like Roschon here. I've got other running backs I want. All right. I don't have a lot of Bryce Young. I'm going to take him, and I'll backstack him with probably Coker. So now there's a lot of 18th round tight ends that I can choose from. So I'm probably looking at an 18th round tight end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wide receivers. I definitely want to improve my wide receivers. Let's see. Noel is, I talked about that. Slayton, running back. I'm definitely interested in Shipley. That would kind of be a back stack. So let's see what's available here. All right. So I'm going to take Noel. I talked about that, stacking Noel and Kirk. I think one of them is likely to be a really good player with, 60, 70 catches. And, so now I've kind of locked in the slot on that team. And I've done it very, very inexpensively with the 116th and 173rd pick. All right, 13 picks away. Let's look at running back. Chubb. It drops off after that. Shipley is really the only guy that I would look at there. I talked about Slayton. I like Thornton. Where's Coker? And this late, it's more about getting my matchups that I want than it is. And you can see, I've got a ton of week 17 correlation on this team. I do kind of like how you can see that now, all in one place, and with the numbers. Again, they've really improved this. I'm going to start using this a little bit more. And I'm doing it just with this, but I love Spike Week as well. And so what I can do with Spike Week, which I've used for a few years. I'm part of their chat, and so I can do both. This will load, and this draft is about the solver, though, so I don't want to be fair to the guys over at the solver. And there goes Shipley. So this guy loves sniping my eagles. I'm just going to take Coker now. Get Bryce stacked up. Week 17, I do have 1 week 17 guy, Carolina. Oh, I like how even though he's not an early pick. Okay, so they put the quarterbacks first, then by round. Really good. Really, really good. All right, so that's good. I like Jarquez Hunter. I need a second tight end. Freiermuth, I mean, he's not what he was, but with I like Brashard Smith, Chig. I could also get in the queue. I haven't taken him yet. Where did he go? Someone took Jatavian Sanders already. Oh, well. All right. I really didn't need that. Schultz is kind of a step up at tight end. Let's see where we're at. Nick Chubb. I do like Chubb, but since the landing spot, I've taken less, but I'm going to take him, get two oldies with Javonte and Chubb. Tootin, throw in a young guy. I mean, I don't love this running back room, but it's done. So we've got 2, 8, 16, 17, one more round to go. It's going to be a tight end. Schultz, Juwan Johnson, Theo Johnson. So Theo Johnson has that week 17 with Bowers. I mean, 2 tight ends, not great, but I need a tight end. Schultz is a step above. I'm going to be cool with any of those 3. If all of them are gone, I'm not taking Darren Waller as my second tight end. Sorry. Turd Ferguson, and there goes Schultz. I could go with Calcaterra. I got Bowers. That's kind of interesting. Get my late Eagles stack. Count on a Goddard injury. I mean, he's most likely not going to help me get to the playoffs. But at least it gives me another option. And if this dude snipes Calcaterra, then I know he's watching this draft. I mean, that's just funny. Again, this draft was brought to you by my friends over at the FFPC. If you want that $25 off your first draft, use the code DAYLIGHT at checkout. Go to myffpc.com. That's myffpc.com. I'm going to go with Theo Johnson. I think the chance that Calcaterra pays off versus what Johnson will give me. And that's going to do it for this episode of the Run to Daylight show. I thank those of you who watched for watching, and have a